Hello and good day, night, wherever you are, Cancer. Welcome to your energy update. I hope you're doing well and in high spirits. Let's begin. I ask that this reading with these tools be accurate, specific, and bring blessings to everyone involved. Angels, please help me to stay centered in my higher self so that I may clearly hear, see, feel, and know the divine messages that you impart through me and these tools. Please give me the confidence to trust, understand, and follow through with your messages. Thank you and amen. Okay, let's begin with an angel message for you, Cancer. Any messages that the Cancer collective watching this video needs to hear today, please? Okay, Cancer, we have two cards out for you from the angels. We have Adriana. She says, I am leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I am communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. And I really love this card. I love the color of it, the feeling of it. Maybe you could see something in it. It's a really nice color for sure. I feel like this is the color of Cancer in a lot of ways, even though, of course, you have more than one. I associate you guys with that kind of, it's like a sea green meets blue kind of feeling, right? And then you also have out Mystique. Keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. So you also have that, Cancer. Another really beautiful, beautiful card. Okay. So this feels like a lot of movement. Cancer, you have a lot of movement going on. You have a vision, a goal, something in mind. You're being led or guided to do something. Your intuition is really speaking to you, maybe even louder now than it has been. And this is a lot of movement and just trusting that no matter what anybody else says or whatever else comes in, it's really trusting your guidance and what you know to be true, what you know to be your divine instincts, right? Which you know you need to do. I kind of feel that there's a really stable certainty with you in this. I don't think you're gonna be swayed from what you're doing. Yeah, some things might come in, but I think you know there almost is no other option for you. You have to follow your heart in this instance. You have to follow what you know, right? So I really like that energy for you. I think that's very special. Thank you, angels. I'm feeling a lot of angel energy around you guys today, actually. The angels feel very present with you. So please know that there's a very kind of pure feeling to you right now, almost like a virginous feeling. It's really beautiful. I see the ocean, I see the coastline, I see this, you're alone and going through some kind of a purification, like a rebirth, some process that is making you born again in a way. I love it. There's an independence to it, but it's not like a negative isolation or anything. It's really beautiful. For one of you, the card from the angels pops into my head called Desiree. She says, no, now isn't the right time. You need to get more information and wait. And that's just for one of you, maybe two of you, but I think just one. Somebody who's been contemplating something, racking their mind around it, feeling confused. So for one Cancer, that is. Messages for the Cancer collective watching this video, please. Thank you. Cancer, giving and receiving. The entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, give, or inhale, receive, you become out of rhythm and with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. So remember not to give too much until you're empty, Cancer, to anything. Right now is a good time to give to yourself, right? And for any of you that resonate with the opposite, which I feel is a lot less, but If you're feeling a little out of balance or weird, if you have extra guilt or something, extra abundance of like negative emotions or even like a depressive kind of feel, it's a good time to give a little more. Give a little bit of your time, energy, your beautiful, empathetic self that is so healing and nurturing. Give a little bit with respect to boundaries, to put yourself back into balance, and get yourself feeling a little, better again. It's important and necessary for you to give from your well, as you know. But I feel that some of you really have been giving too much. So you'll know which category you fall into. Either one is a reflection of the same thing, and they both need to be brought into balance. Not one is better than the other, no matter what society has taught us. It's not selfish to put energy into yourself, Cancer. Remember that, okay? All right, consulting the Starseed Oracle. Any messages for Cancer today from the Starseed Oracle, please? Yeah, there's some cosmic energy, some growth energy going on with you guys. Some of you are in really heavy reflection right now. But I feel like you're comfortable there. I don't feel like there's too much discomfort being in that place, which is really good. Any messages for the Cancer Collective watching this video, please? Thank you. Yep. The card that I saw and thought that from just popped out. So here it is, Cancer, the card of perspective, and I will show it to you. This says, none of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. It does matter, but maybe not as much as it's felt like it's mattered before, right? Because you're seeing the bigger picture. Or a different picture on a situation or something that you weren't before, right? That's part of this, this reflection and this process that you're going through. Okay, take a step back and look at the bigger picture of your life. Step away from the blinkered version and reactive frame of mind of me against them. Change your perspective, shift your point of view, and zoom out, out, out. Cancer, you're so sensitive. You're such a sensitive sign. And sometimes, you're just people in general, but sometimes you can really guard yourself and feel like the world is the enemy because it's hurt you. And it's normal for you to do that. And you have that ability to, have a very thick, strong armor that you can retreat beneath. But this shift that you're going through, Mercury retrograde, this time frame, I again still see you walking along that coastline, at least metaphorically. It's very much you shifting back to more of the open version of yourself where the world is actually with you, not against you, right? Even the negative pieces that have hurt you. We're but a speck of dust in the universe, yet we think everything revolves around us. We see the planets as ours to own and conquer, pillaging the land and setting ourselves up for eventual extinction. Okay, that's one perspective of the world, not of you specifically. We build fences and walls and create invisible borders. Mother Earth doesn't need us to survive, but we need her. It's time to wake up. A new perspective is urgently needed. We become so lost in our individual experience that we don't realize that most of the things that keep us awake at night are actually distractions. We are wasting our precious time and resources fighting each other when we should be coming together to heal what's been severed. This moment is a breath in the timeline of your life. This life is a fleeting moment in the tapestry of your soul's experience. Your soul's experience is a flash in the timeline of the unknown universe. Of the known universe. And the known universe is a grain of sand in the unknown universe. Take a moment to see the bigger picture, to find common ground, to find deep compassion in your heart, to gain a greater perspective of humanity in this fleeting moment, in the timeline of your soul's existence, in the timeline of all that is, was, and ever will be. So this is asking, how are you being called to change your perspective? And I would like to add that your existence, our existence, is extremely important, no matter how small or fleeting it is. You know, the smaller something gets, sometimes the bigger it is, right? But what you make of it, how you determine it in the end, how you see the experience that happened within that grain of sand, right? That is truth. That is reality. The way you determine what something means, the way you see what it means, that truly is reality. There is no truth or reality greater than your own perspective on what's happening, on what is, right? And things outside of us that are really a part of us, but things outside of us can help us determine what that perspective is, but they still cannot give the perspective. They are not the truth, the reality. Your reality all comes down to how you view the world around you, how you respond to it, create it, become it, interact with it, see it, you know? All right. Of course you know. You're Cancer. You know that already. But okay. Let's get into this. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. I almost forgot to do the animal oracle. But this is calling. Let's do this first. Okay. What is the current energy of the Cancer collective watching this video, please? You guys are definitely in a period of transformation and perspective shift. Something is being shown to you. This was a little bit in the collective as well, but I actually feel this really strong for Cancer specifically here. Some huge awakening going on right now. Please show me the energy of the Cancer collective watching this video. Thank you. Yeah. This card is exactly what I saw as I was shuffling. It was reversed and the other ones weren't. And look, it just popped out. This is you. This is you, Cancer. Transformation. That is everything about this embodies you. When I see this card, I see like you've come through a lot. You've come through so much. And you're going towards something that you didn't even know you were going towards, but it's like you can see it now. This is like all this green that she has on. It's like there's like a negative side to it, all the collective experiences of hurt and also of jealousy and envy and things like that, but combining with your heart and your love and your knowing and your understanding to make this beautiful new shade that combines. It combines, you know, your shadow essentially and your light. It combines the aspects of you into this beautiful garment that is representing the state of your emotions as you move forward, the state of your awareness, the balance between, right? Because we are talking a lot about balance with you guys as well right now. And Cancer itself, even your sign, is a very circular motion, balanced, you know, yin and yang feeling. You guys are very yin and yang. Gemini is also a kind of twinny energy like that. Pisces too, but Pisces always like, you know, more this turmoiled type. But it's interesting really to see how essential it is to you guys to balance parts of yourself, to really be in a flow, in a chi. Chi is important for you guys too, like Tai Chi or any kind of practice that moves the energy through you and gets things flowing and aligns in that circuit, you know, moving through that circuit. I kind of see you guys moving like in a circular circuit. And the thing is you need to move energy both directions through your circuit. Sometimes you need to move it counterclockwise and sometimes you need to move it clockwise, right? When we go counterclockwise, we take away, we withdraw, we pull things out, right? So if we were moving counterclockwise, we would be pulling, like say we wanted to extract something or pull something out to relieve like tension or extra thoughts or excess energy of some sort, we would move counterclockwise. And then when we would want to put something in, like say we want to put more tenderness in or more gratitude in or abundance or whatever, that's where we go clockwise to put in, right? So that's how that would work for you with moving energy. If you don't already know about that, you probably do because you're Cancer. I also see here for you a very positive card here. This is you coming into balance. This is a little bit of a love energy or a Venus energy, or even just you're working with the energy of Venus and love itself, even if it's not a person, because I do see you still kind of being on your own in this. But this is material and spiritual prosperity together. This is manifest in the physical of that. I feel like you're reflecting again. I'll show you. I feel like you're reflecting again on your past relationships, past experiences, especially as you reach this new peak, this new heights, this new, even if it's new old or old new, but you're this level that you've reached where you're contemplating and you're moving and some transition has happened. It's like you're grateful and humble and reflecting on all that has been as you enjoy the reality that can almost feel surreal a little bit, or like a fantasy in a sense, even though it is very real, but just because it's so wholesome and full in what you wanted. It's like you're seeing a lot of what you've been manifesting and wanting actually coming into fruition, and it's like, wow, like you're sitting and in this transition, you know, you're appreciating and reflecting on the end and with gratitude and a little bit of sadness too, because of course every ending has a little bit of that, but it's like a wholesome sadness, like the sadness of the creator. It's not even really a sadness. It's like if the creator was watching something complete, it's like the end of a really good movie. It's like you don't want it to end, but it had to end. It had to conclude, right? And the conclusion is a really good conclusion, especially because you're going through this perspective switch. You're really able to shift your perspective on some of the things that have happened to you, on some of the journey. You're looking at it in a different way. You're seeing that it happened for you in a way that you hadn't before. You're seeing that those things that hurt were also very beautiful and important to get you to where you are now. There's a different sense of gratitude and appreciation for those events that took place and those things that happened. And it's so special. I'm getting so many goosebumps as I talk about this, or spirit talks through me about this. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful moment, guys. God. And to cap it all off, we have balance, right? Just like we're talking about, this is an 11. This is angel energy. The universe is really guiding you in this balance. It's really assisting you with it. And it's almost inevitable for you to find balance somewhere in your life right now where you hadn't before. This is really huge, Cancer. This is really special. I don't know if I've ever yet seen such a plateau, reached such a revelation, had such a shift had. I think that this is resonating. I hope that this is resonating with a lot of you watching, because it just feels like it's on a massive scale. It almost feels like a lot of your timelines and different existences, in a sense, are coming together right now in this. And there's a lot of power behind it too. And just a knowing, such an inner knowing. And it's so special. And Cancer, you have experienced so much. You have been through so much. You have been through things that have hurt you that you don't even know how to fully realize have hurt you. You know, you don't want to, in a way. You don't want to. You know, somebody could even tell you like, gosh, that must have hurt. And you're just like, you know, no, it's fine. Like you're tough that way, you know, but inside, I think this is part of this transformative thing, is like, you are seeing that, yes, this hurt, and yes, this did happen, and you're owning that. But at the same token, you're taking a different look on it. And in that way, it puts you in a very like wise kind of, state, a wise position, a wise seat, you know, because the universe is knowing that, yeah, that was a bad thing that hurt me so much, but now I can see, right? Once I was blind, now I can see. So, not that you were ever blind, but those lyrics came into my head, so I had to say. But yeah, so okay. Okay, so let's keep rolling. Actually, I'm going to leave these out because they're just so beautiful. Okay, let's get the animal cards out for you. God, that's so emotional, you guys. Like, I feel so much relief and release and emotion from you guys. You just, what a amazing, amazing progression you're making. Really. So Cancer, I think I'm going to do because that actually answered so much in regards to like your path and stuff and where you're at right now. I'm going to take my exciting deck, the animal spirit deck that I've been just so thrilled about. And we're going to do a relationship spread with it. So this is for somebody that you're dealing with. This could either be somebody you're with now, your partner now, your relationship now, or it can be, you know, somebody that you are interested in, but it is focused on romantic love, romantic relationships, romantic interest. So this is going to be a relationship spread for Cancer. Even though Spirit's telling me that for some of you, actually, this can apply to a relationship that isn't of a romantic nature. Spirit's telling me not to limit it there. So we will definitely listen to them, and we will just say that if it resonates for you in another relationship that isn't romantic, you'll know, take it, because, you know, you can feel that. You can feel. For the Cancer collective watching this video, please, we're going to do this relationship spread. Thank you. Cancer, there's one more thing I want to say before we get into this relationship spread. And I just want to say that you are not defined by your pain. You are not defined by the things that have hurt you. You're just not. The things that hurt you and have created scars and defensiveness and fear and the things that make it hard for you to have relationships that are successful in your eyes, to have closeness in the way that you want, even though you're so good at opening up over and over again. The things that have hurt you, the pain that you carry inside that you don't want to burden anybody else with, it does not define you. I feel that this is so much what this is about. A lot of this perspective shift. Of course, it's very personal to you. It's for nobody to tell you what it's about. You'll go through it how you'll go through it. And each of you is individual and unique. But as a whole, there is this feeling here of needing you to know that those things don't define you. They are not you. They aren't. Yes, they become a piece of your puzzle. They become a piece of the painting in a sense, you know, a streak, a color here and there. They can help create that image. But you at the core, at the essence, you've collected a lot of pain along the way that isn't yours. And this could be said for anybody, right? And right now there's a lot of that releasing of that as well, of remembering that you are hauling around everybody else's stuff. And it's not yours anymore. You know, it's not yours to haul around anymore. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's get into this. Relationship spread for Cancer watching, please. One card, please, for Cancer energy in this relationship. Okay, perfect. Just show me the person they're dealing with, please. Take the top card here, because you guys are dealing with a lot of different people. The shadow dynamic. Please show me the shadow dynamic in this relationship. Some of you are dealing with Scorpio. And some of you are feeling a little impatient. And please show me the illuminated dynamic. It's Scorpio moon right now as I'm making this. And it's new moon. Okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Some shadows have been illuminated in this relationship lately. on both sides, but especially on you're seeing some of their shadow and your own shadow, which makes sense because you're seeing your own shadow and it's being reflected a bit, right? Okay, so Cancer, in this particular situation, you are the butterfly. Wow, this is too perfect. Butterfly, undergoing great change and transformation. Yes, you are. This is also air energy. So the energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career, etc. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, yes, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially to yourself, and especially if the butterfly is you. It is you in this situation. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon, committing to one daily routine, a meal, practice, or prayer, a stretch, anything, done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly's spirit. I love that. So let's say it's a cup of tea every morning in your kitchen or whatever it is, but doing this routine, I feel like especially if you could do this routine the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks even better, but if you can do this little routine next 2 weeks especially, it's going to help you so much. So when in balance, the butterfly is cheerful and graceful. When out of balance, it's fragile and frustrated. To bring into balance, we do this daily routine. This is something small and consistent, So that is you as a whole, but also in this relationship dynamic. Now let's look at the person you're dealing with. The person you're dealing with or thing you're dealing with, whatever relationship you're dealing with, is water. It's a water, which is, of course, emotions, frequent motions and movement, right? And it's the octopus. So the octopus is about reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this result is well intended, but it's messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. When in balance, the octopus is interested, engaged, and intelligent. When out of balance, they are needy, clingy, and they lack courage. To bring the octopus into balance, space to oneself, and talk therapy. So it seems like the person you're dealing with, there's a little bit of an issue with the boundaries here going on, especially if you are coming into a new perspective on them and the relationship itself. It feels like spending a little more time apart right now. It doesn't mean you have to go on a break or something, but will be good for both of you. But not losing communication during that time in the sense of keeping communication open, if that makes any sense. Depending on your situation, it feels like the person you're dealing with, they need to be open and communicating with you and connecting with you if you want this to really work and succeed. But maybe not connecting with you as much in the same way that they were. This is where the boundaries come in. Maybe you need to take a step back from something a little bit to reevaluate, reapproach it. It is the Mercury retrograde time to everything. So it feels like there needs to be a retake of this dynamic, a fresh perspective, a fresh approach, which comes right in line with the energy that you're in, Cancer. If this person truly doesn't have any boundaries at all, that's really not very well suited for you, is it? Because there's a respect element there with somebody needing to have those, right? Especially if this person's getting really needy or clingy. It seems that it will not satisfy them to just fulfill that energy for them all the time. You might need to be a little stern in that way, tough love, because it's going to be better for both of you in the end by establishing that, not this isn't, it's also like a self-respect type thing, right? It's like establishing that, and they'll respect you more and themselves more in the end, in the long run, when you do this. Yeah, and if it's not you guys communicating or talking, I would encourage them, the person you're dealing with, to definitely engage in some kind of therapy or therapeutic communication, even if it's journaling or writing or, talking to somebody trusted, or just, bouncing ideas around. Let's see what the shadow dynamic is between you guys. Even though the person themselves, you can already kind of see some of the shadows coming up here, but let's see. So the shadow dynamic is fire, and it's the cheetah. So the cheetah is solar force, action, achievement, and it's masculine energy. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah, it shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within a cheetah's personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. When in balance, this cheetah achieves anything and has boundless energy. When out of balance, the cheetah is impatient and competitive. To bring into balance, we reconnect to purpose. So that kind of speaks for itself. The shadow dynamic here between you guys is very much having to do with purpose of the self, an individual purpose. We need like dreams and drive and purpose of some kind outside of or inside of ourselves, not attached to like a person or even a thing, but definitely not attached to like a person to make us happy or to give us what we're looking for. We need to find that within ourselves, right? There's a ton of creative energy here, grounding energy here, soul energy here, as well as a lot of universal energy, the patterns and the rhythm of the universe. And you could be here as a person who is meant to love, yes, and to be in relationships, yes, but that still means that your relationship with yourself is essential, because that's the model and the blueprint for everything outside of yourself, right? That's the creation for everything outside of it. So this is very much on both ends, I don't think just yours, but about having and reconnecting to this purpose of what drives you, of what you love, or even hobby, but it feels like something kind of creative or something that you build, something that you love, something that makes you tick, that makes your wheels turn, your earth spin, that isn't outside of you, it's inside of you, right? For some of you, I feel like I could see you like painting, photography feels like something really significant for you. Maybe this is a good time to invest, just say F it and invest in that camera or that, equipment, the editing software, whatever it is for your photography. Some of you, it feels like very visual for a lot of you. Maybe you're painting the ocean, or maybe some of you are working with I see like a piano. Oh, yellow butterfly again. Wow, in every reading that I record on the video lately, there's a yellow butterfly that appears. It's amazing. Cool. And you guys are the butterfly today. Oh man, there's so much emotion around this reading and with you guys. It's so emotional. And so something creative or just something that you love. It could be math. You could be like a number cruncher and you haven't crunched numbers in a long time, so it doesn't matter what it is, but I feel that that's really important for you now. Oh, also, I see some of you like dancing. Dancing is really cool too, because the dancing that is also moving energy, like a Tai Chi or like energy work would, right? It moves energy through you in a sense, which is really special. Okay, so that's the shadow dynamic between you guys. It might be part of what's contributing if you're having like tension, arguments, fighting, rifts, whatever it is between you. It could partly just be because you're not feeling like your purpose is there, or like a hobby or like something that makes you tick is in place. And you know well that you can't rely on somebody else to give that to you. That's something you have to give yourself, right? So that's a big part of it. Now, weirdly enough, the illuminated dynamic between you guys is the vulture, which is an air energy, which is the energy that you're in as well, that air energy. And it's a really dark, kind of shadowy card that's been illuminated, which is why I think when I look at it first that, you know, something of the shadow element has come into light in this dynamic. So here it is. The vulture is guardian and purifier. It's essential for rebalance. Woo! That's so fitting to everything. So, you know, for some of you, this is actually an internal relationship. Like this whole relationship spread is actually you with yourself. But for many of you, it's actually a real, like, in the world, whatever, external, physical, 3D relationship, right? So, the vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. So this could also be misunderstandings energy, conflict that's coming from miscommunication, misunderstanding, not understanding somebody else's perspective and them not understanding yours, vice versa, whatever it is. But this could be representing that that's been illuminated and you're starting to realize that some of what you thought or felt is actually miscommunication, misunderstanding between you guys. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. So you might be also seeing that you or somebody else in this, you know, the person you're dealing with or you has actually been working behind the scenes in a way with a really positive intention that you couldn't see before or you didn't even realize was there before. Even from your own self, you might have been like, I've been so whatever and being hard on yourself and mad at yourself, but actually there's a reason for the intention behind it, right? But it could go both ways. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or a tragedy is a blessing in disguise. Yes, gosh. So this relationship spread is so reflecting your entire reading, like to the very last detail. This is beautiful. So yeah, this is, again, rebalancing, purifying, bringing this relationship back into balance after maybe you might have even thought it was over, maybe for some of you. And no, we're reevaluating, retaking, and now you're seeing what you didn't before. Part of this perspective change is allowing you, or it is the perspective change that you are seeing what you didn't before. You're seeing it in a different light, in a new way. It's not this maybe as scary of a thing as you thought. It's actually better than you thought. And because of some of the release work you've done in transformation, you're allowing yourself to trust that maybe this is a good thing, or maybe this is a better thing than I thought. You know, I didn't want to let myself think it was better because nothing ever is, or it always hurts when I get my hopes up. It's always a letdown, or it always hurts and it's never works out or whatever. But this time it's like, but you know, maybe this is different. Maybe. And there's fear there. I could feel that. There's still disbelief there. There's still, you know, skepticism and sadness around some of that. But whatever this is that's been illuminated, I feel that this is solid. This is trustworthy. It doesn't mean that forever is guaranteed. It doesn't mean that smooth sailing from here out. No, of course not. But it does mean that something wasn't as bad as you were seeing it, because you were seeing it through the lens and the goggles of pain, of fear, of hurt. And Cancer, it makes sense that you saw it that way. It totally does. There's nothing wrong that you've been seeing it that way. It's just so good and so positive that you're starting to see something a little different than you were, right? Through a different lens for your own self and for this world that be, okay? So with the vulture, when in balance, it clarifies and it reveals wisdom. Nice. When out of balance, it's dramatic and aggressive. To bring the vulture into balance, clean your space. Sage. That is a really good advice, actually, because, you know, even when we organize or clean our space, it's kind of a layout for our subconscious mind, for our psyche, right? We see this stuff every day. So the way that our space is laid out kind of represents our mind space. And it's that energy flow again. It's how our mind energy, our psyche is flowing, right? It's the visual representation of how that flows. So much for you today is about flow. It's about how you're flowing. And I feel some of you are dealing with grief. For a few of you, yeah, I know that you are, some of you, but some of you here, there's a grief element going on with you, and that's part of why there's this really deep reflection, especially reflection at the water's edge, or with water energy. And the thing is the grief that you're going through, it's almost purifying. For some of you, this is a really purifying kind of grief. It's really, again, allowing that water and that energy to flow, where you might have had even like an emotional block. It's like it's allowing you to cry more. It's allowing you to express more, to be more emotional, even if it's just in your own space. It's allowing the water to flow, and some of those blockages to lift, and that stagnation to lift. It's really, and that's part of why art or movement or Tai Chi or creating is so essential for you now, because it's going to help, channel and assist that movement. It's going to really give you that, which is very special. And for somebody, a female who's passed away is coming through. This is like mother energy, grandmother, mother energy. And she's saying, time is never wasted. Your time is never wasted. We are with you every step of the way, every thought of the day. I am with you, holding you. She shows me like a baby in a blanket, like a memory of when you were an infant, and she's holding you in a blanket, like a really soft, it feels like a light blue, like felt kind of blanket, or something like this. And like she goes like this to your nose. And then shows me like this flower blooming, kind of like the growth from a seed all the way up to stem to flower, how it blooms, and then the petals fall. But then it's a cycle, blooms, petal fall. It's a cycle of growing and being reborn and then dying, and then again and again. It's over and over and over. And also, for some reason, she puts an image of the movie Fantasia into my mind. Remember that movie? Remember I think it's Fantasia 2000, the cartoon from Disney, where the like fairy-like kind of creature, the spring fairy, I think she is, how she makes things grow. And I think the message there is like, remember how she at one point can't make things grow? It's because she's, I think, blocked. Like there's some sort of like weakness or doubt or sadness where she's like emotionally blocked from her purpose, from all that she's meant to do and to be and what she is. And then when she finally comes back into that purpose, where she's like, the elk helps her come back into it, where she's getting it back again after the big fire and everything. She is just full bloom, more than she ever was, and everything is sprouting again, and she's reigning over everything. Her emotions are flowing again, and she's living her purpose. Wait. Okay, so that's super great for you guys, Cancer. That's a beautiful energy to be in, and I want all of you watching to be in this energy of being connected with the beautiful purpose and self that is you, because it is nothing but beautiful. I mean, you are just amazing. And if you've been cut off from what you are, or your purpose, or your beauty, because you've been hurt, your only job is to be kind to yourself and to realize that you aren't that, and you don't need to live that. You don't have to live that anymore, because it's not you. You always have been this beautiful thing. Always. And you will be that and more again, right? So amazing. That's amazing. And for those of you who have lost somebody recently, they love you. They love you so much, and they see you. You are seen. You know, they see you, okay? For all of your beauty. They see you for all of your beauty, and you are beautiful. It's really important for you to know as you make this transition and this transformation into what you've always been, but more of it, right? So I think we're already at almost an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and end your reading there, Cancer. This has been your energy update. I wish you all the best. So, okay, I'm sending you so much love and hugs, and thank you for letting me read your energy. You're beautiful, and I love you. And please, if you want a personal with me, email FrequencyOfTheHeart@gmail.com. Readings are about a week and a half out right now. I'm starting to catch up a bit, and I will see you next time or on the collective. Take care.